Good morning. It's been a little while since I've done a video while driving, but I'm on these back roads, so I figure I'm safe and sound and won't get a bunch of flack from you women that always telling me to be careful. And I am grateful. Don't think for 1 minute that I'm not grateful for you looking out for me. I am. I just don't pay attention to it. I ought to have enough sense about me to be able to, pull off some pretty right things throughout the day. Is all I'm saying. But that's not the reason that I wanted to talk this morning. I wanted to talk because of the eclipse yesterday, and now here we are the day after. And I want to point something out that has come to me even before the eclipse happened. It had come to me, this event. And the thing that I see with the eclipse is it is a physical manifestation of what goes on in the spiritual, which is what happens all the time. I mean, anything that we have on the physical, the reason that there's grass is because it grows. The reason that it's green is because the change of the seasons. Same thing with trees. When you plant a peach tree seed, which there's a specific reason I mentioned those, but when you plant a peach seed tree, or a peach seed, then it's going to develop into a peach tree. God willing, and the creek don't rise. Literally. Anyway. My point being is that these things that happen in the physical, even those things that happen in the universe, even those things that happen where we will never even know that they occurred, due to the fact that we cannot see them with the naked eye. However, those things will be the effects of the spiritual things. So what I've come to with the eclipse yesterday, there used to be this phrase. And of course, some songs were written about it, and people have used it for titles of things. But it's called the dark side of the moon, right? Well, if you think about it, yesterday there seemingly was an extended and a very powerful amount of light on the dark side of the moon. And if somebody disagrees with me, scientifically, keep it to yourself. All right? This is what I see it as. All right? You don't have to run around and try to make me change my mind because there's some discovery that you want to use that says that the way I'm thinking is not the truth. I see it this way. All right? You want to run around and be right all the time? Then go be right somewhere else. I'm talking about what I see it as. That's kind of a little harsh. Wait a minute, I better take a sip. I better take a sip of water. That's a little harsh. We've really entered into this definitely over the last 4 years, but of course, even longer. I've just been more aware of it the last 4 years. But we really and truly seem to be rising into this age of Aquarius, into this different, it's almost a whole different phenomenon of the way of life that we've lived before. Of course, I realize that with every new generation, there are changes made. However, now the changes that are made are on more of a psychological, spiritual, mental, emotional. I believe we're entering into the age of recovery. Recovery. Sound-mindedness. Sober-minded is really the only way that you can exist with any kind of peace nowadays, in my view. And I have been not sober-minded. I have been not sound-minded. So I know what that way of life is like. However, for almost 27 years now, I have lived this way of life, being sober-minded, being of sound mind. No matter what it looked like to anybody else, no matter what their opinions were. I know my calling. I know my choosing. I know my purpose. And it's none of your... Look at me getting a little aggressive once again. Holy smokes. My point being that, to me, the eclipse brought a whole new light to the dark side of the moon. The dark side. The eclipse brought a whole new light to the dark side. I love that. And I'm going with that. That's it. You can't talk me out of it. Don't even try. Don't even try to talk me out of that. That eclipse yesterday, that happens every, I couldn't decide how long it happened. How the in-between. However, it brought light to the dark side of the moon. It brought light to the dark side. So, get your knickers on. Let's get ready to rumble. For what's been done in the dark shall be brought to the light. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. So prepare yourself. Continue to love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Love your neighbors, you do yourself. Stay simple with that. Stay simple with that. You get that one down, and then there'll be another thing for you to process. Amen. Good day.